hour three is what you like, phone amnesty, and open lines. We're going to talk about it. Scare me. It's Halloween. Or show me and Miles how to stay in the light. That's even better because we got all the scary we can take with the orange man, you know.
Ghost stories would help today.
Some ghost stories. I'm not good at ghost stories, but I'm always willing to listen.
Somebody out there has some good. I know somebody out there listening has some good ghost game to come give us on this Halloween.
Something tells me Ed Sanders might have some good ghost stories. Like he got to scare his kids. Ed Sanders is the president and founder of ES Advisors, which is a public policy and electoral consulting group. And he's also a dad and a KBLA contributor. Good morning, Ed.
Hey, good morning. I'm sitting here thinking about all the little ghost stories I got told when I was little. Wow. Happy Halloween, everybody.
So you don't have ghost stories. You don't scare your kids. Your wife doesn't let you scare the kids.
I'm like a pop out of the closet scare, you
Oh,
know?
jump scare. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm a punk when it comes to scare stuff. Like I don't like scary movies because I'll have bad dreams. I don't like slasher movies because the world is scary enough without that. So I don't have good scary stories because I don't like them. I'm over here with my rainbows and puppies and crystals and butterflies.
Did you guys get dressed up already for Halloween?
Well, I have on my unicorn hat. It's actually just a horn, but it's pink and shiny and it's, got a flower crown. It's totally getting me in the mood for, my usual stay in the light energy.
Love it. That's my reminder to log on to YouTube so I can see the show.
Right. Do you dress up and stuff?
Uh, Generally, I do. For whatever reason, I'm not ready to do it today, so I'm gonna have to go in the closet and find an old Halloween gift and recycle
Recycle,
it.
recycle. Yeah. Well, mine, like I said, mine are pretty perfunctory. I just got the little hat on and my shiny shirt, but we'll swap out. We'll swap out. Look, whatever makes you happy. Some people are not allowed to celebrate Halloween because people think it's demonic. Some folks find it anti-Christian and pagan in origins. So, I respect that. Whatever your vibe is. Some are doing Dia de los Muertos. Some are pretending it's just another Friday. But if that's the case, you better stay out of West Hollywood and everywhere else where their revelry will be taking place.
Indeed, indeed. Halloween is like one of our favorite American holidays. You know.
Yeah, I think that you know, I think we need, at this point, I think we need every single cheerful, festive thing that isn't self destructive. Don't spend all your money on a costume or don't eat all the candy, but I just think we need reasons to get together and have fun and remember what we're fighting for. Yeah.
Most important. Most important. So like that, as Halloween wraps, it turns the calendar to November, and that's usually the election season for us. So a lot of things to always talk about once Halloween gets done.
Yeah, and then of course, scarier than Halloween, tomorrow people lose their SNAP benefits because, as one meme brilliantly put it, we're going to starve you until you agree to let Republicans take away your health care.
That's the simple proposition here. That I'm so glad we've got a base of people that are willing to fight this, and frankly, we're watching folks on the right start to crack. We're hearing that some senators are going to feel the pain of inflicting SNAP starvation tactics on their base.
Yeah. And in the middle of that, I hate to start off Halloween so, well, scary, but we also have these layoffs going on here in LA. Paramount says they're going to cut 2,000 jobs. They've already started from the on air to the janitors, laying folks off as part of this merger, the Skydance merger. And of course, there's one guy on going viral. I haven't verified it independently, but he says in his news department, all the people that were laid off are people of color, black or Latino, and the people that get to keep their jobs are not.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the least. And I think we're seeing that, excuse me, I think we're seeing that across a number of different sectors, right? The honest truth is I'm not sure I can count what the true black unemployment figures are now. I really don't trust this administration to give clean numbers in that regard. But it feels like layoffs are piling up in the African American community across the country. Layoffs in general are up, right? Like you've seen some. I think you're referencing Paramount Studios, and it's
Hmm.
slashing of workers. I know UPS and Amazon have cut positions. A good number of companies are doing layoffs now, and so this economy, this big beautiful economy that Trump is building, is really creating a lot of layoffs, and it's not good as we get into the holiday season.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that. I know that there's some efforts going right now to boycott the holiday season altogether from Black Friday to January 1st, um, in protest of what's happening in our country, what's happening with the shutdown, with the economy. I'm not sure how much steam those efforts are going to gather. It could be massive when you look at the Target boycott and the consumer sentiment. I think a lot of folks, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, and what I'm feeling is just tired of people playing with people's lives. You're over here building a giant ballroom while cutting people's food benefit, and this isn't just like welfare people, not that those people should go hungry, but a lot of people that are on SNAP are working. They have one and two and three jobs and still cannot cover rent and bills and food.
Yeah, it's always been the misnomer on any of the programs, right? The right and the left, frankly, will brand a program as you know single black mom with five kids, and that's who's using up SNAP, or welfare as a Latino family that's not from the United States. They've got these little narratives that they run with, and the imagery, right? And you'll see it in the LA Times, you'll see it, on NBC. The faces that they use to promote these programs tend to be, black or Latino, and it creates this image that really doesn't depict who all uses the SNAP or any of the programs that we talk about. Um, you know, we're not the largest ethnic group in the United States.
No, not at
You
all.
can go to
Not even
right, and
close.
so any of these programs are generally poor white people, and it's funny to watch these Republicans talk a big game, and that Mike Johnson has had the House out of session because he doesn't want to get that 218 vote in there because he doesn't want to release the Epstein files. All those members are back home, and their base is giving it to them. I was going to make a funny joke about all the names they make. Bobby Ray and all the cousins are coming out and yelling at their Congress members, and so those Republican House members are really starting to feel this right now. So we'll see. I don't think they get Trump to move on anything immediately. I think this shutdown still stays for a couple more weeks.
Weeks. Wow. 800 That's the number to call. Ed Sanders, Dominique, and you on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now, you're back to Dominique DePrima. You're back to Ed Sanders. Where are we, Ed, on Prop 50? Oh, I should say, where are you? I know where I am. I'm voting yes.
I'm still sitting on the fence with it. I'm not sold that I'm ready to give in on the gerrymandering. Isn't that? Well, let me put it this way: I'm still not supporting Prop 50. I haven't decided to vote or not vote against it. I'm still weighing the issue of whether I'm comfortable with gerrymandering for any purpose. Right.
So you better hurry up because this election is Tuesday, Ed. You better ponder fast.
We're gonna go get a good cup of coffee Sunday morning and go for a walk and think about it.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's up in the polls. It feels like it's gonna win one way or the other.
Well, but I just don't want to take that for granted. All I'm saying is, go as Gavin Newsom for Halloween and go ahead and fill out that ballot. Ed as Gavin would be a whole vibe.
That can you imagine me with hair now? That would be.
Oh yeah, that would be a little too weird. But I mean, okay, so you're still like on the clutching my pearls. This is not what democracy is supposed to be, even though Texas is going ahead with their gerrymandering. And a bunch of other Republican-leaning states have said that they will also follow suit, which means that, they're going to get those extra seats. So if we don't vote yes on Prop 50, we're saying we're going to just let them do that. And I know you think Democrats should run on the issues and not the maps, but both make a difference, and you know that. You're a consultant for elections.
Sure, they do, but also, at the same time as we draw these seats, are we guaranteeing that these are actually 5 Democratic seats, right? And there's still a lot of variables that have to take place after this vote. Elections in Texas, elections in other states, elections here. Just because you draw the maps doesn't make it so. and
Right.
that it's a step down a path. And I like to and would always like to believe that the efforts that I support have the moral high ground, and this is one of those that puts us in the mud with the Republicans, right? Like this is
Yeah, but
this
only
is a muddy
temporarily. I mean, it has a
tactic.
sunset, so it goes away in 2030.
Okay.
So it's just think of it as a mud treatment, not a mud dwelling.
Just dip your foot in the mud, right?
No, a
Because
little mud
I
on your
mean, like
face, good for the
so
complexion sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, like gerrymandering was used to hurt us in so many ways as a community, and it doesn't.
Well,
I just have a
is
problem
being
coming
used,
back and using it.
in the
Well, true.
present tense. So what you're saying is you don't like it because it's been used to hurt us. So let them keep hurting us, and we won't do anything about it. We'll just decry it as being
Well,
wrong and get uh, become subject to either a supermajority or a permanent semi-permanent majority of Republicans in the House of Representatives. Like it's because it's
yeah,
morally
to
wrong and
do
it's hurt us
anything
in the
about it,
right.
to do nothing about it. That's not my style. But
So okay, so
I'm like,
if
let's
not
do
Prop
something.
50,
Let's
what are we
really do
doing?
something about it. Let's get out and win these elections. Drawing a map doesn't help. We got to get out and have the real conversation with people, right? Like we're still talking real
Somebody
silliness.
just DM'd me. People like Ed is a reason people get tired of Democrats. Some Democrats don't have to fight when the fight is on, and it's very annoying. And the word she uses, I'm not going to say it on the radio, but um, she thinks you don't have the guts. Let me translate that into
That I don't. That's
people
yeah.
like
That's
you.
wild.
People like you because Democrats who refuse to say, you know what, this is a gunfight. Let me get my gun instead of going, oh, but we don't like guns and guns are bad. Pow, pow, pow. Whoops, I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay. But fine. Win Prop 50, get the 5 seats. Now what?
Now we're 5 seats
Now what?
closer to not having a supermajority by Republicans. And to your point, there's all these other variables, so they may not get the advantage that they theoretically have because of their numbers, because of the gerrymandering that they've already done has given them so many state legislatures.
So it requires something larger than just Prop 50 is what I'm getting at. And, to the chat member's point, the fight is much deeper than us just voting Prop 50. Prop 50 is not a magic bullet, and Prop 50 really doesn't solve anything.
Well, it helps
So
solve something. I mean, it gives you the potential to have 5 Democratic seats, which would counterbalance Texas. And then, yeah, we still have all the other red states, but at least we're not, we're 5 seats closer to not being wiped out.
and let's just say we get the House, then what?
Then at least
Are
we
we
can
now
stop some of the BS.
with strongly worded letters?
Well, hopefully with
The
votes.
point is the fight is the fight, and whether you can draw 5 seats or not, the Trump administration is something much different than what we've ever done. If we're trying to get the House and expecting that the Trump administration is going to abide by a resolution passed by the Democratic Party or Hakeem Jeffries,
I'm thinking
I don't.
laws at the moment, or and actually what I'm really thinking of is blocking stuff more than passing it. Because if Dems would have grown this pair a little earlier, maybe we wouldn't have this big terrible bill that's hanging over everybody's heads. But there's more to come, there is. So okay, so it's Friday, it's Halloween, and he's still undecided. But there's time. You can vote anytime all the way up until Tuesday at 7, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. In the
7
end
or
game,
8.
that's not it's just not the battle. It really isn't to me. But, if it passes and it looks like it passes, great, go for it. That's not where the fight is to be had. The fight is something different. The fight is really more fashioning a new country, because you've got to be able to carry this message and talk to people about what has you mad. And Prop 50 honestly isn't going to do that one way or the other. It may give us 5 seats, and maybe we stay close through the midterm. The midterms will take the House back.
Okay, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. the polls. Well, maybe we do, maybe we don't. I mean, if Republicans get all these seats unchallenged, they may keep the House, even no matter how crappy their policies are, and no matter how much everybody really doesn't want them to. They may keep the House. That is the whole point. Like in a basketball, you're a basketball dad. In a basketball game, you only score 2 or 3 points at a time. But you don't say, oh, well, you know what, the other team has a 10-point lead, so I'm not going to try to get these 2 points. You stack up your points and you try to win.
Yeah, but this is
2
really
at a
simple
time.
equation. This is a working class country. And when the party that we're talking about doesn't speak for the working class anymore, yeah, that's where the opportunities for Republicans to run the gamut is easy. You cannot tell me the majority of this country are comfortable with the corporate elites and the billionaires gutting everything, right? Like, that's what we're talking about happening tomorrow with SNAP ending, right? The bulk of this country is going to be feeling the pain of this administration. And if the Democratic Party can't capture that and win overwhelmingly, then what's the problem?
Well,
It's
the
really
problem is misinformation and disinformation, and a lot of people believing that somehow a billionaire who's building himself a ballroom is the working man's person, and the people that are trying to save the Obamacare subsidies are the elites. It's because people are delusional. We've got news, traffic, and sports, and your phone calls, me and Ed, and whatever's next. Miles is here. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Florida is stepping up after Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica. Orlando attorney Dan Newlin is flying 3 planes of supplies to Kingston with reggae star Shaggy, who joins in Miami.
If the people are saying, Dan, can you bring more? Can you get more stuff? Then we will fly up, load up, and continue to make flights down.
Newlin says he'll also bring home stranded American tourists. AI-generated videos mocking black women have gone viral on TikTok, sparking outrage. The clips, made with OpenAI's Sora tool, show women yelling about EBT cards in exaggerated scenarios, reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Critics call the trend racist and dangerous. And Drake plans to appeal after a judge dismissed his lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's hit Not Like Us. Drake sued Universal Music Group, claiming the song sparked memes and jokes at his expense. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Isn't it time you booked that tropical getaway you've been dreaming of? With Fiji Airways, fly direct from LA or San Francisco to Fiji. Start your dream vacation on your way to the beautiful islands of Fiji. For details, visit FijiAirways.com or head to your local travel agent. Conditions apply.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers arrived in Toronto early Thursday morning after an overnight flight from L.A. They need some extra time in Toronto for batting practice to prepare for Game 6 Friday night. The Dodgers are batting only .201 as a team against the Blue Jays in the World Series. The Blue Jays have a 3-2 lead. The NBA Board of Governors gave unanimous approval to Dodgers owner Mark Walter to become the new owner of the Lakers. Walter is buying the Lakers from the Buss family for $10 billion, the highest purchase price for a sports franchise in U.S. history. Walter paid $2.15 billion for the Dodgers in 2012. According to Forbes magazine, the Dodgers are now valued at $6.8 billion. The Rose Bowl and the city of Pasadena are suing UCLA to keep the school from moving its football games to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. UCLA has not announced they are moving, but somebody is having some conversations somewhere. Stay tuned. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
First, they tried to erase our history.
Pentagon removed training material about the Tuskegee Airmen. Arlington National Cemetery removing histories that highlighted black veterans from its website.
Then they tried to erase our jobs.
Black Americans will disproportionately bear the brunt.
Now they think they can erase our votes.
Steal 5 congressional seats, decimating black and brown representation.
Enough is enough. I matter, my rights matter, and our future matters. That's why I'm voting yes on Prop 50. Prop 50 lets us temporarily redraw California congressional maps to counter the election rigging Trump is trying to pull off in Texas and other states. Californians across the state are stepping up and using the power of their vote to stop the madness. So vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th, because we can't let them erase our history or our future. This ad is paid for by the NAACP and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima and Ed Sanders. Miles Lowe is here. Our phone number is 800-920-1580. You can hop on YouTube at KBLA 1580 and say something in the comments, or any other social platforms, KBLA 1580. Like, follow, subscribe, and comment. It's much appreciated. Ed, let's go straight to D calling us from Long Beach. Happy Halloween, D. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Dominique. How do you feel?
I feel good. Nin. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm Afro Creek and Afro Cherokee. The Crips and the Bloods had a war, and King George of England was the winner. That said, I think the economic interests of a shrinking black middle class and shrinking black upper class are at odds with the political imperatives of the black working classes and the underclass. It's a violation of human nature. I think on yesterday or the day before, you had the black man who heads the Federal Labor Union. His self-interest was keeping his position. And that's what I mean by human nature. Just like the sister I told you about at the grocery store, who said she'd cross the picket line if she had to.
Right.
So this is all governed by human nature. Now, I do agree that having labor unions refrain from endorsing candidates is wise and profound, but human nature is always in effect. Self-interest is always in effect. And what we need mostly is unity, but we can't get it.
Why not?
I don't know. If I knew, I would bottle it and sell it.
I mean, honestly, I think we do have more unity than we get credit for, at least when we talk about black people. Ed, what's your response to what Dee is talking about? Ed, you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear him. The volume was down on my phone.
Oh, I got you. Well, he's just talking about the self-interest that, allows the elites or the wealthy, and he was talking about the head of the federal employees union who was on Tavis's show, stating why his union is calling for Dems to cave on the shutdown, and not stand up for people's Obamacare subsidies, and saying it's self-interest. Self-interest over unity.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to think unity over. Yeah, forgive me. I didn't hear the whole context of it, but yeah, I mean, generally, labor leaders are speaking for the group of labor that they represent, and so I didn't follow that argument, so I'm probably not best to comment on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is what we're seeing. We're seeing the very wealthy prioritizing their needs and desires over the workers and the people. And to your point, Ed, this is a working class country, but for some reason, neither party really talks about the working class. They like to talk about the middle class, but when it comes to the low income, under resourced, and the working class, they like to pretend that's not a thing. And I'm not really sure why. But I don't see how this is a winning formula for Republicans. And I think that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene and some others are starting to back away. I mean, you're talking about 42 million Americans who rely on SNAP. Starting tomorrow, nada. And not just the workers, the people, the kids. It's also all of these stores. That's the thing that really surprises me, that, the retail stores that rely on EBT, you don't even care about the merchant class. What is happening?
Yeah, it's I mean, look, between what I think I saw something like the GDP of the country, the impact based on the slowdown is going, the economic side of it should have, these elites shaking, right? Your point is exactly that. A store like Rouse, Target, major retailers that accept EBT for payment are now going to be losing out on major sources of revenue, and the spiral from that is, they don't buy more product from small businesses, they don't employ more people. It is a spiral of more pain. And your original point is what's true. This is all because they don't want to fund health care for a small portion of those that received Obama health care. And that's really what this is all about. They're trying to dismantle pieces of Obamacare piece by piece, and they don't want the American people to have what other countries easily have, which is health care. They don't want to take care of their citizenry. And, we have this fight, and Republicans mask it 18 different ways, right? They make, these poor folks feel like Latinos are coming over in droves and taking all their jobs. They make it, African Americans the villains of everything. And that's this country. And, I think the point of everything we were talking about before is we've got to find a way to redefine this country. We actually have to now. Because the Trump administration has broken just about every norm. Everything that you think the United States is, I would hold doesn't even apply anymore. And so we're really at a juncture where we have to forge a new country. And
doesn't apply anymore, so you don't feel like we can get these rights and programs back. We just have to start from scratch.
Yeah, I don't know what holds. I don't think anything out of the Supreme Court makes, just because it's a Supreme Court decision doesn't mean anything anymore. The value of it is plummeted, right? You know what I mean? Like, I look at the Supreme Court as just something that this group of crazy conservatives have said. I would hardly live my life based on that.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the country is now. The Trump administration is what it is.
All right. Well, you sent me a bunch of stuff you wanted to cover, so maybe we'll do a speed round. We got folks on these phones, so maybe we'll pick up the pace a little bit. I don't have the Disney Channel, but apparently they've blacked out Disney ABC, which is owned by Disney, and ESPN for 10 million YouTube customers. Again, this is a corporate fight, a corporate dispute, right?
Yeah, but sports fans are caught in the middle, right? So,
Yeah.
we've been seeing this over the last couple of years with, say, Spectrum, right? Spectrum has the deal to carry the Dodgers and the Lakers locally, and you've seen them in disputes with DirecTV and AT&T and YouTube, right? And it, you as a fan, as a consumer here in Los Angeles, or wherever, you log on to these services to get them. And to your point, you see a corporate dispute. They're really just fighting over share of profit. In the end game, they're going to raise the fee regardless and split it. And you just kind of wish that every season, me, Dominic, I'm a huge college football fan. And so on the Friday night before a big college football weekend, I no longer have ESPN on my YouTube. I'm going to have to figure out a way to go watch YouTube or to watch these games this weekend.
That's terrible.
It's awful.
And
It's the worst.
what are you feeling about the World Series? We are now the underdogs. I didn't realize 20 teams had come back from this predicament in the past. It's not impossible, right?
No, it's not impossible at all. And in fact, it's not like basketball to me. I think, a team goes down 3-2 in basketball, I think it's pretty much over. I think in baseball, you get your 2-3 best arms up on the mound, and, 2 games really isn't that difficult. I mean, look, the Blue Jays are a tough team. They're exciting to watch. They get going. They're tough. But, I also not feeling really down that the Dodgers can't win 2 straight and win this thing.
Miles, I asked you, and you didn't get a chance to answer. Are you feeling a way about rap being out of the top 100? For the first time since I think 1992 or something, or 1990, we've got no rap songs in the Billboard Top 100.
No, I actually don't feel away. I actually did a little research on that, and I'm going to have a Substack I'm going to drop on it.
Okay.
They started tracking rap in 1989, so about 4 weeks after they started tracking it, hip-hop has been in the top 40 since. So I think we should switch the narrative to, no other genre has had this long of a run being in the top 40 as hip-hop. So I think we switched the whole narrative.
Okay, that sounds good. I also, if I'm Drake, I'm laughing right now. I'm somewhere going,
and look,
you guys needed me more than you thought you did.
It's funny because his
the
album's
Blue Jays
about
are
to drop.
winning. Right, of course it is.
But I'm saying his album is called Iceman. So his whole thing is he's putting the game on ice. That's like his whole little rollout thing. So he's staying calm and not dropping on purpose, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah, well, look, if you're the billion-dollar man and everyone's now talking about, there's no hip-hop in the top 40, he has the ability to drop an album and have like 5 songs in the top 40 tomorrow. That, that's a flex for me. I mean, the world is cooperating with him. Thoughts, Ed? That's why I jumped from Dodgers to Drake, because I'm sure he's loving his Toronto Blue Jays right about now.
Oh, I'm sure. That's why I hope we go up there and win. It's like you just added a layer. You added a layer to it now that I'm like, man, now I got to go watch the World Series.
Well, yeah.
Play a little Kendrick before, and I like Toronto as a city. It just,
it's a great city.
It's
a beautiful, great city. But I mean, look, if I'm Drake, I already got my lawsuit thrown out. Now he's appealing it. There's no rap in the top 40 on Billboard. He's appealing his lawsuit, and his Blue Jays are up. He's got to be feeling like, the world is cooperating with him for once. For once. He's one of the richest guys in the world. What am I talking about for once? The world cooperates with him all the time, but he just probably had a little rough run.
Yeah, but we had a good year like that a couple years ago with the Dodger win and the Rams Super Bowl. It comes around. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen for him this year. And you just added a layer onto this thing, Dominique. Now I'm going to fire up my Kendrick and go Dodgers. Now it's his turf war. So
right, and Drake was trolling Shohei Ohtani, talking smack. So I mean, that layer is there when the Blue Jays took the series lead. You know, he Drake was up there. He posted a video on his story, saying one strike away. Then he says, "Get the boys a pizza, get some Cokes." And after they lost to the Jays last time, he put a picture of Shohei Ohtani up in a caption, "One more," with all caps, exclamation marks, kind of vibe.
Got it.
Wait, Ed's warming up. He's about to go get in the bullpen.
right.
Try to help out the Dodgers.
I get my old curve and flip finger to drop. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's go to Molly Bell straight out of Compton. Good morning, Queen.
Molly.
Reparations in memory of our ancestors. God bless morning to you, Dominique, to Ed Sanders, our guest, and especially to all of the front page listeners. I was just calling, Ed, because I'm calling to tell you I disagree with you. As tall as you are, my great drink of water, I disagree 100. And you said you're still thinking about it. I'm saying we're not asking you, this is not even a hard question. The Republicans already did it. They already did it, and they already have it. And so we're going to do it. We don't know if it's going to pass, but we need every voice, every person to say that. Remember that song, "When Something Is Wrong with My Baby, Something Is Wrong with Me." When something is wrong with black folks, something is wrong with me. And it won't hurt you, Ed. It will not hurt you. I don't think nobody can hurt you because as tall as you are, can't nobody even reach you to hit you upside your head. They can't even do that. I'm just saying this is something that we want. And sometimes I had to take a laxative my mother would make me take. I had to take a 666 for whatever. But if this is what we want, I'm going to vote with you because I'm going to vote with you. I hope it works out. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to come back and say, see, I told you, I'm going to do it. That's all I wanted to say. I wasn't going to call in today, but I had to. Ed, I love you, all the work that you have done, and I'm not going to stop loving you, even if you don't vote for it. But I'm asking you, as one of your admirers and friends, you know what? I'm going to take this one for the team. Prayer warriors, you know what you've got to do. You've got to keep fasting. You've got to keep praying because the struggle continues, and to God be the glory. Also, don't forget to track your vote. Vote yes, and they got a thing where you could do, and you could track and see where your vote is. So for those of us voting yes, hopefully, Ed, do that also. Thank you, Dominique.
Ed Sanders, Molly Bell just reached up and slapped you in the head.
I mean, I knew it was coming too. I could see her coming in the chat, and I love Molly. Love Molly, and I always appreciate her support through the years. Frankly, on a lot of the things that we've worked on. Listen, I get it. I do get it. And listen, Prop 50 isn't the end all be all to me. This is not something that is so definitive in its outcome that it's must. I get it. If you support it, go for it. I continue to hold that what this American experiment is requires us all to hold to really what the Constitution laid out. And I hate sounding like Captain America here, but if those constitutional norms, we don't hold them, then I'm not sure what kind of country we have. And I mean that right? And so
Well,
if
you could
we
kind
as
of
the
see
folk,
what kind of country we have, though. I mean,
yeah,
the
but if
country
you're
we have now, not the country we had 6 months ago.
right, but if you're willing to gerrymander for this, what else are you willing to gerrymander for? And at what
Gerrymanders
point?
against fascism. That's what it is. Well, we'll keep this going.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can talk about that too. Your boy, Mr. Halloween Pumpkinhead, wants to do away with the filibuster. What are your thoughts? We got more straight ahead. KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
And it's scholarly match today is Ed Sanders and you, Ed. What do you think about Trump's? We got a bunch of people on the phone, so I'm gonna keep this quick. But what do you think about Trump's calling for the end of the filibuster? I mean, to me, that would be great if they did away with the filibuster. I've long been a fan of that, but of course, who knows what damage they'll do in the meantime before before we ever get a chance to benefit from that again.
Yeah, I think it makes the Senate, nothing anymore, and you might as well just do away with the Senate.
Really? That's an extreme view. Of course, the filibuster.
It now becomes what's the purpose of the Senate? They've already lowered the threshold on votes. Closer to 50+1. So there's not a measure of. I think you and I would agree that the Senate has always played this role where it's slowed down things from the House. But if both the Senate and the House are going to be 50+1, then you really don't need both. You could have just a House and 50+1.
So yeah, the filibuster is a rule that lets the party that's not in power block bills from coming up for a vote, as long as they have at least 41 senators who are against it. And that has stopped a lot of things and slowed a lot of things down, including a lot of things we wanted to get done under Obama and Biden. But again, I kind of figured you'd take the save our democracy role here and say no.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No,
good.
I mean, look, I think, but to your point, I listen. I think the filibuster has hurt us more than it has helped us, which is where you are, and I agree with you on that. But just at a certain point,
Yeah, I mean,
if
Dr.
we're going to tear it all the way down, and rebuild, our legislature into something that will work.
Right, let's get some proportional representation in the Senate at least. But what Dr. Gerald Horne says is that the filibuster is a remnant of the Jim Crow, South, the slavery South, keeping the majority from actually having the say so.
Right. No, that's right. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right about it. So, I mean, look, you can tear it down, but, listen, Trump is not removing the filibuster for our safety.
No, that's for sure.
To be clear.
Yeah. Sandra from
Yeah,
LA, you have the mic. Sandra, hello. Sandra, are you with me?
Oh, yes, sorry. Oh, I just wanted to comment on Ed's statement that he just made. I'm not sure if he's a Democrat.
Yes.
But, right, that statement sounded just like a Democrat. Our democracy is hanging on by a thread. These are not normal times. The Republicans have done everything they could that's illegal, and at least Proposition 50 is not illegal. Gives us an opportunity to at least try to do something to stop them. And the Democrats, and I don't know, but they haven't gotten the message yet. They still want to play by the old, this is what the rule says, when the Republicans are just walking all over them with their illegality and hypocrisy.
Yeah, Ed, you got 1 minute. You want to clap back at Sandra? Thank you for that perspective, Sandra.
No, I love the perspective, and no, I'm not clapping back. It still remains. You don't know the outcome, right? You don't know the 5 candidates that are going to come forward. You don't know that these 5 new House member Democrats will support anything that we like in the African American community. These aren't going to be black seeds. So the question is, who are you electing? And there's a lot of variables in that. I get it. If it's just going to be a block vote for Trump, great. But I do want something more out of it, and I'm willing to say that just gerrymandering for that purpose is not really something I support.
Well, I thought he was getting there, but apparently not. Ed Sanders, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you get your Disney ESPN back, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Dominic. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Senator Stephen Bradford is in the building. It shall be a lively Freedman Friday. Next, that is after news, traffic, and sports right here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Florida is stepping up after Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica. Orlando attorney Dan Newland is flying 3 planes of supplies to Kingston with reggae star Shaggy, who joins in Miami.
If the people are saying, Dan, can you bring more? Can you get more stuff? Then we will fly up, load up, and continue to make flights down.
Newland says he'll also bring home stranded American tourists. AI-generated videos mocking black women have gone viral on TikTok, sparking outrage. The clips, made with OpenAI's Sora tool, show women yelling about EBT cards in exaggerated scenarios, reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Critics call the trend racist and dangerous. And Drake plans to appeal after a judge dismissed his lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's hit Not Like Us. Drake sued Universal Music Group, claiming the song sparked memes and jokes at his expense. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Isn't it time you booked that tropical getaway you've been dreaming of? With Fiji Airways, fly direct from LA or San Francisco to Fiji. Start your dream vacation on your way to the beautiful islands of Fiji. For details, visit FijiAirways.com or head to your local travel agent. Conditions apply.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers have a simple priority for Game 6 in the World Series tonight at Toronto. Unlock their offense. A serious lack of hitting is the reason the Dodgers are on the verge of losing the World Series. The Dodgers trail Toronto 3-2 in the best of 7. They have struck out 55 times. After reaching base 9 times in Game 3, Shohei Ohtani has not had a hit in the last 2 games. Mookie Betts is 3 for 25 at the plate. If these numbers don't change tonight, the series could be over. First pitch tonight at 5 o'clock. A crowd of 47,266 showed up last night at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, home of the NFL Philadelphia Eagles, to watch an HBCU football game between Delaware State and Norfolk State. Delaware State head coach Deshaun Jackson and Norfolk State head coach Michael Vick were teammates for 5 seasons with the Eagles. Both are in their first seasons as head coaches. Delaware State won the game 27-20. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You ready? You're invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Catch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedar Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy